Hello, hi, welcome to this little sketchbook video that I am about to record. Every single time I make a YouTube video, I'm like, whoa, this is so weird. I feel weird talking to the camera. Haven't done this in a while. So I'm gonna spare you from that tangent that I go on every time because at this point that's just to be expected. I upload to YouTube very sporadically. Pretty much just when I finish sketchbooks and when I get like a random burst of inspiration every 3 months. But we're here to talk about the sketchbook. I am coming up on the end of my freshman year of college and I have not filled the sketchbook all the way. I hit the halfway point, so this is a halfway sketchbook tour. I started this sketchbook in October. And it's pretty much taken me the whole year to fill it because I have been very, very busy. I have taken 5 studio art classes across my freshman year along with some gen eds. This semester I'm in 3 studio arts and that was a huge fucking mistake. I am so overwhelmed all the time and dying. So unfortunately that has cut into like a lot of my personal art time because I'm spending some days 6 hours in the studios working, then doing homework when I get home. And it's been a lot. Don't get me wrong, I love being here in college. I love being an art student. I am finally pursuing something that is very near and dear to me. But God, I miss just sitting down for hours and drawing in sketchbooks like I used to in high school. So this is only a halfway sketchbook and it's very all over the place. But here is a peek at what I've been making this year in my own time. This is a Blick 9x12 sketchbook. It's just hardcover. The paper's really cheap. It's their house brand. I bought it when I went school supply shopping last semester. I think it was 2 sketchbooks that are this size and they're pretty big and nice sketchbooks. It was 2 of them in a pack for like 10 bucks. I was like, that's cool, I'll grab these and use them eventually. So I have another one of these that hasn't even been touched yet. I don't know if I'm going to use it because it's not a bad sketchbook. I like that it's cheap so I can be kind of messy with it, but at the same time, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like me, I guess. So anyways, let me see if I can get the glare to go away. I printed most of these stickers myself. This is just white Posca pen. I printed this, these two, and that one. Because I make stickers for my Patreon. I think I've talked about that more in other videos. Like I think with my last sketchbook tour I explained it in a little more depth, so I'm not going to go into it. But I make my own stickers at home. These 2 are my designs, the rest are just like images. Some of these are from AliExpress, some of these are from Pen Pals. There's like little fairies and unicorns and stuff that aren't really visible because they're weirdly transparent. There we go. That are from Blick. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the cover of this sketchbook. Like when I take it to class, people seem to really like it. I get a lot of comments about the sticker from Clone High, because there was like a whole Clone High renaissance back in like September, and that's so weird to me because I watched Clone High years ago, because a friend who was a little bit older than me and a history major was like, oh, you would really like this funny show by Will Forte, and I was like, or not by Will Forte, but with Will Forte, and I was like, hell yeah, and I fell in love with it, and it was so underrated when I liked it, and I'm glad that it's finally getting attention, even if some of it's annoying. I don't know what I'm going on about. Anyways, so yeah, I decorated the front. This is currently what the back looks like. There's a little bit of paint. This is my sticker from when I got vaccinated because that's important. It happened like a couple weeks ago, and I got 2 stickers, so I want to put one right there. This is like the mass vaccination site in Atlanta. It feels very dystopian. It's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They had the Super Bowl there a few years ago. It's just massive. And they're just like, okay, come on, get your shot. And then my girlfriend had a bunch of extra Starbucks stickers because they are a barista. And they gave me one, so I put it there. So anyways, now that I've been talking for 5 minutes, the inside cover, I put my hype stickers from different records that I buy in here. I'm probably going to start moving to the very back soon. I don't think there's anything in the back cover. Nope, it's blank. I don't know. Some people like to like collect their hype stickers or like leave the wrap on the actual vinyl, or like the sleeve, but I don't know, I like putting them in here. It's like a fun way of collaging, because I used to put convention business cards in here, but conventions don't happen anymore. So yeah, I got Cake, Superorganism, Lemon Demon, The Cardigans, Mitski, Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, Cage the Elephant, and Yeah Yeah Yeahs. These are some of my favorite albums that I've bought in the last few months. And here we go with my inside cover page. This is referenced from a picture of me that my friend took back in September. We went to the island where they filmed the Tim Burton movie Big Fish, because it's in our hometown. And it's just like an empty island now, with like an abandoned movie set and just lots and lots of goats. I actually have a video on my channel of me petting goats and other fun things, if you want to check that out. So I drew myself as a Cyclops and a little Cyclops goat. This was the first page that I actually drew on, didn't really know what I was doing. There were marker stains, so I just kind of doodled whatever. It's a bad drawing of my OC Memphis and some mushrooms. And I was actually still working in my other sketchbook at the time, that little one that I did a tour of a couple months ago. So this one, I didn't really start using it for a while, but I had to go, well, I didn't have to go, but I needed a big sketchbook for a figure drawing class that I attended on campus. So I kind of broke it in with those figure drawings, and I'm really proud of these. I had a lot of fun. It was like a 2-hour class at night. I went with my roommate, one of my best friends. We just got to draw some dude for a few hours. So these were like the, I think like 1 minute, 2 minute gestures. Then I think these were 5 minutes, maybe? This was, I think, 20 minutes, and I sketch very fast, so I kind of ran out of time, and I was just sitting there like, what do I do now? I really like the foreshortening on this one. I'm pretty proud of that. This one I also am really proud of. It was also very, very cold in that room. I was so cold, my hands were starting to go numb. And then this is just some scrap paint. I don't remember why I had paint this color out. So I sketched on top of it with Tombow because it's acrylic. Not a lot will go on top of it. It's a drawing of my OC Mesa. Don't really like it. Mitski lyrics. So I was on a huge Mitski kick last winter. I like this spread a lot. It was just like me messing with like a soft lead pencil. Got some OC drawings, got my OC Mesa, more Mitski lyrics. A little drawing of myself caffeine crashing. Then we get to the election, and a drawing of my friend's cat as a loaf of bread, apparently. I don't know if you can really see that. Yeah. This was a very good day. Like, I got to, we celebrated, me and my friends. Words are not really happening, but for obvious reasons, a very nice end to a very bad week. Not very bad. So yeah, I drew outfits that I wore that week. I was buying myself nice little things to look forward to. I was doing a little bit of retail therapy, so I bought myself some new clothes, and like a record I really liked. Just tried to kind of take my mind off of the stress of everything because I was really, really scared. There was a lot of tension in my life at this time. So I was drawing the new clothes I bought to kind of make myself feel better. Not just like in the sense of like, oh, instant gratification, whatever, but like I was going through a really bad rut with like my body dysmorphia and like my identity and all kinds of deep stuff I don't need to get into with the sketchbook tour. So buying just a few articles of nice clothing really helped my mood. I got dressed up and I was making myself get out of the house, basically. So I wanted to reflect that. OC drawings, kind of like this one of Memphis. Don't fully remember context to this, but it's my friend's OC Marcus, who is friends with my OCs Mesa and Thomas. And I drew Steven and Thomas's Mulder and Scully, I guess. I like this spread a lot, even though it's not finished. I like the gray and the yellow, like the way they contrast. I think these were all referenced from Pinterest. And then this was a spread that I wanted to do that I didn't finish either. I was on a huge kick with the album Teaches of Peaches, or I think it's just called Peaches. Is it Teaches of Peaches? I can't remember anymore. It's an album by Peaches. It's very good. I wanted to draw more on this side, and then I did not. Don't really remember why. I think I just got discouraged because I didn't like the way the gouache looked on this paper, because this is gouache. It's a very, very good album. You should check it out. Notes. I was redoing my commissions, apparently. This was notes for my theater class final, where we had to write a script and then act it out, and I cheated the system and did an animatic about my OCs, and people misgendered my OCs in the class discussion because they didn't bother to read my script, so that was very cool, very fun. But Jaden helped me with that. He did some voices. That was very nice of him. I told him I'd mail him a crisp dollar bill, and I still have not. I owe him $1. Oops. Some pen and Tombow sketches. I have this one kind of like tan Tombow and a brown gel pen that I fucking love drawing with. As you can see here, these are just some girls that were standing at my campus Starbucks. This is a drawing of my friend's cat, Louise. Louise is obsessed with my shoes for some reason. I don't know if I should take that as an insult or a compliment, because I think she's trying to tell me my feet are stinky, but she likes that my feet are stinky. Anytime I take my shoes off, she will just curl up on them. It's very weird, but kind of cute. Random notes. This was around finals. I was very overwhelmed. Yeah, I was just kind of brain dumping. These are like little hands. My grandma bought me like those little posable anime figurines that you're supposed to use for drawing reference. She got me 2 of them for Christmas a couple years ago. They're not the best to pose, but they came with a box of hands, and the hands are kind of fun to draw. It's just when you pose them, like, their limbs will start to fall off. And this is a thumbnail for a commission I did for my friend Adrienne, because she wanted me to draw the Christmas card for her and her sisters, and I was very honored, and it was very, very cute. These are some pen and marker drawings that I did of my OCs, Stephen and Thomas. I had a lot of fun with this spread. It's probably some of my favorite stuff from this sketchbook so far. I drew them in bunny-made outfits, because that's when that was all over TikTok. Or not bunny-made, but you know what I mean. I like this maid Stephen too. They're just kind of fun to draw stuff like that. Little doodle of myself at home over the holidays in my room at my dad's house. My dad keeps the house very fucking cold, and I was like numb the entire break. Memphis's bandmates. He's in a band called Iris Tuesday, so there's Denver, Lucas, and Clark. Some Stevens. I really like these Stevens. I always forget that they're in here. And then this is me thinking about my OC Memphis and his backstory. So the tragic history of Memphis's love life, starting all the way back from 8th grade to his current boyfriend Lopi. And it's just like a whole thing I had fun with, because he's been with a lot of people, and I wanted to document that. Also, I really like her. I kind of just drew her for the sake of thinking about his backstory, but I kind of want to just make her an OC now. I don't know. She's like pretty. Planning stuff for my friend Celia's birthday present. I ended up not using these ideas, so Celia, if you're watching this, nice try. That's not it. I went with something completely different. But for their birthday, I have made them a custom Super Mega vinyl. It has all of the Super Mega songs and custom album art done by me, and it's being printed soon-ish. I don't really know when that's going to happen, because the company I got it from is experiencing delays. Their birthday was almost 2 months ago, and we're not going to talk about that. And then drawing of my OC Irene with some watercolors that didn't really work, but I kind of liked the effect it had. I really like this spread too. I like the red, and it's just very middle school nostalgia for me. I drew some Parapines, because I was re-listening to my Parapines playlist. Parapines was my shit in middle school. I think I've talked about that before on this channel, but I was obsessed with Gravity Falls and Parapines, and a Parapines fanfiction that 2 of my friends wrote. It's very good. Very, very good shit. And some Bill ciphers, because I used to draw him all the time in middle school, and now I don't. I like this one. And of course a redraw of the Spirit Phone album art, because that was one of my favorite albums in middle school. And my mom got it for me on vinyl for Christmas, which was very, very cool. It sounds so good, and it's such a pretty pressing. I have the Lifetime Achievement Award pressing, so it's like this really pretty gold and silver. and a phone that I like. I was still on a middle school nostalgia kick because I get on one every December. Don't really know why, but I wanted to redraw the characters from my very embarrassing middle school Skype group chat role plays. Yeah, I was in 7th grade and I would role play with other people. This one was like a spin-off of a Gravity Falls AU, as you can tell, and then it just kind of became its own thing. It's so edgy, so peak middle school. This was my... I can't even call her self-insert. She was just like who 7th grade me wanted to be. She was just like, I'm a hipster, and she was like a Tumblr girl. She wore like infinity scarves all the time, and like her Doc Martens, and she listened to Arctic Monkeys. And she was kind of just like a rehashing of a different OC I had. They were both literally like blonde girls who had demon boyfriends and liked Tumblr culture. Their names were... Oh my god, yeah, no. Her name was Anne. She came a couple months after this girl, Diane. I never made that connection. That's so funny. Oh my god. I actually recently rediscovered the person that I did this story with on social media. I have not reached out to them just because it was so long ago, and I was going through a lot and kind of ended up ghosting them, and it was a shitty situation. But they seem to be doing well now. They like draw a lot of really cool fan art, and I'm very proud of this friend because we've come such a long way. We went from these OCs to like making cool stories. Yeah, so this was a different story about a girl who's a demon hunter, and she falls in love with a demon prince boy who looks like a greaser. His name is Oliver. It's a drawing of one of my OCs, and it says Mima playing Farmville. I forgot that was there, so I was like really confused. Thumbnailing what was going to be my January Patreon to celebrate the anniversary of Witch Hunt, but then I went with a Life is Strange theme at the last second because I remembered Life is Strange exists. What is this? Oh, I was sketching out, Lopi's bedroom for my friend Jaden. That's right. Yeah, this is just kind of a junky page. This was kind of like a New Year's resolution page. Sorry, I'm like getting incoming calls while I'm recording this, and it was like throwing me off. This is my New Year's resolution page. So far it's not really going well because I have been really busy, but I'm optimistic about this summer. I hope. I mean, like, I'm doing okay. It's just, yeah, I stopped worrying about algorithms, and that's really all I've gotten done. And I like these purple marker sketches a lot too. They're very fun. I get a lot of compliments on Juniper's weird glasses on this one. Thinking about Diane and Oliver again, and like their story. We had stuff planned and then it just didn't happen, so I was thinking about like this big crazy ending we'd talked about. And then this was just when I was testing school supplies. I think this is in a video. Notes for work, not very exciting. I work with my friend Thea on her Eurorack synthesizer business. We sell Eurorack synthesizer modules, and she so graciously let me take on the merch side of things. And I have all these ideas for merch design. I just don't have time to do them because of school right now. But I want to get on that soon. And then this was just me planning what pre-existing assets we already had that I could put in our merch store. Just some sketches. I had bought some color erase pencils, which I've wanted for years. I just never got around to buying them. So I did a lot of sketches with them. I think I was getting my oil changed when I drew these. I'm not sure, but I do like a lot of these. Notes for class, not very exciting. It's just me measuring out a sculpture that I was making out of foam board. This is the first sculpture we did of the year, and I spilled boba tea all over it 2 days before it was due when I was on a date with my girlfriend. It was our first date, and I spilled boba tea all over this white paper sculpture because I'm stupid. Futurama Doodles because I was sad and I started rewatching Futurama. Did not finish rewatching it, but it was nice for a couple days to just kind of go back through it because I really, really liked Futurama as a kid. I grew up with it. Has a big influence on my humor and I think like writing style. And then my OCs, Irene and Whitney, some 1975 lyrics because my girlfriend put the song on a playlist for me. This was right when we started dating and I was feeling very mushy. Yeah, this was right before our first date. I was like in class and then we hung out after I had class, but the class was remote, so I was in my sweatpants and felt gross. I really like this page. Just some purple pencil sketches that I did at my friend's. This was me thinking about my girlfriend right after our first date. And some drawings of my friend's cat. This is all just Lily. She was sitting kind of still, so I drew her. Thumbnails for my 3D class. We had to make a plasticine relief, and then we made a plaster mold of that, and then we poured hot wax into that mold, and we had a wax casting. And I made these peaches, and I painted them when it was done, and I gave it to my girlfriend, and I did not get a very good grade on this, and my professor said it was cliche, and I was like, aw, okay. I understand what he was saying, but I was like, man, I kind of liked my peaches. Drawing of my girlfriend's lizard. She's a bearded dragon named Serendipity, Dip for short. She's very cute and cuddly, believe it or not. No, this is when I was getting my oil changed, because I drew the outfit I wore to get my oil changed. I remember this now. And then this was me thumbnailing my Patreon thank you cards, and I really wish I had gone with this one instead of trying to... Sorry, I'm distracted by trying to figure out what's even going on in this thumbnail. I wish I'd gone with this one instead of the capybara I did. I might change it in the future once I use up my current thank you cards. If you pledge to my witch tier, which is physical rewards, you get a cute little thank you card of a capybara as well as prints and stickers now. Kind of a note page. All this was done in class, but I really like it. I don't know, it's just like fun little doodles. I love this Steven drawing. It's not really my usual style, but I love it. This is the day that Daft Punk broke up, and it says, Daft Punk just broke up and you want me to focus in class? There's some boobs, because I was talking to my girlfriend about drawing left-handed versus right-handed, so this is left hand, this is right hand. Or no, this is right hand, this is left hand. Some pencil sketches. Love this fucked up lily I drew, oh my god. This is the same day that Daft Punk broke up. I was in my 3D class. It was like a study hall period, so I just drew Daft Punk, because I was sad. Some Thomases. I used to not like these, but now I really like these, oh my gosh. I really love this Irene, too, and the Steven. It's a junky page, but it's like a good junky, like some good potato chips, you know? Like good junk food. This is when I went to the dentist for the first time in an embarrassingly long time, and they were like, hey, you have a tooth that needs to be pulled and a lot of cavities, and are you okay? And I was like, no. So I wrote the lyrics to Teeth by Cage the Elephant and drew shitty little teeth because I was stressed out about it. But it's okay now. I have not gotten that tooth pulled yet, but I will eventually, and it'll be okay. I will live. This was my self-portrait for my School of Arts portfolio, which I need to do a video on eventually. Plan on doing a video on it eventually. I whipped this out in like 4 hours in one night right before the portfolio was due, and I got in. The way Kennesaw works is basically you apply to Kennesaw, you get into Kennesaw. There are 6 classes that you take called the Foundations classes that are like just kind of like generic arts, like drawing 1, drawing 2, computer applications. There's a studio practice class, 3D design, color theory. You take those classes, and while you're in those classes, you're building up a portfolio, and then once you get to the end of those, you submit your portfolio, and you will get either accepted or denied to the School of Arts. You can always reapply. So I had to apply so I could move past those 6 classes and actually start taking stuff relevant to my major. Drawings of my friend's OC, and just little scribbles. Cute little page I did with some pink gouache. It's a drawing of my friend Adrienne holding her cat Lily, capybara. A drawing of my girlfriend based on a Snapchat she sent me. I wanted to draw something on these hearts, but I got too intimidated. And I kind of just liked the way it looked, but maybe I'll go back and draw something over them? I don't know yet. Hate this. I had some leftover paint, slapped it down, looks gross. Thumbnails for April Patreon, which I'm kind of behind on. I have everything made, I just haven't actually printed the stickers and the prints yet. So I need to get on that. Notes from school. Shitty drawing of the new Life is Strange protagonist, because I was very excited. I didn't play Life is Strange 2. It just didn't really interest me, because I'm very attached to Max and Chloe and their story, but considering this kind of ties into characters from Before the Storm, I'm like really excited. Drawing of my friend's living room. These are all Winter Bloom orders that me and Thea had packed the day before, because our new module, Castor and Pollux, is a lot. A lot of people are ordering it, which is very exciting, but we have so many orders to pack a lot of the time. Especially back in March. This was around my spring break. We got a lot of shit done that week. It was very nice. Notes for class. I was thumbnailing a sculpture that I made. I'll put a picture of it up. I made 2 bees out of metal, and they had to be supported by some kind of paper structure, so I made a paper beehive. One of our next steps in that project was to draw a finalized concept. The bees ended up being bigger than this, and the hive ended up being smaller, and I actually made them hexagons instead of these weird squares, because my professor told me I had to. So that was my kind of concept drawing for it. Some Life is Strange fan art, because I finally caught up on the Life is Strange comics, and they're so good. They're so good. I wish I hadn't stopped reading them, because I thought they were going in a stupid direction, so I quit reading them. But if you like Life is Strange, you should definitely read the comics. They are so good. The art is beautiful. It takes place after Life is Strange. It's a continuation of Max and Chloe's story. I won't spoil, but there's a lot of like Amber Pricefield moments. So if you like Amber Pricefield or Amber Price, very good shit. So good. This is when my girlfriend kind of got me into Little Witch Academia. I still need to finish watching it, but she put it on one day and I was like, oh, this is actually really cute, and I started watching it on my own. So I redrew some stills, and it's a cute show. It's very fun, very feel-good so far. Little diary comic I did the other day, because I'm always like driving home from Atlanta and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get back to the dorm and I'm gonna draw, and then I sit at my desk for 5 hours and don't do anything. And then just some mesas I did to kind of honestly just fill in some space. Notes for class. I probably could have done more down here, but I didn't. These were drawings from an Instagram stories thing I did. I started thinking about my OC's Mesa and Irene doing roller derby. I don't know if I want to make it canon or not yet, but it's fun to think about. And then a weird looking Lopi that's not really my usual style. Little doodle from when I got vaccinated. And a Steven that I kind of like, kind of don't like at the same time. I drew my girlfriend the other day because I went with them to work, and I took a picture of them and then I drew it later when I was in class. They were a barista, and sometimes they make me free drinks, and I love it. And these are some thumbnails for class. This is me thumbnailing out how I want to arrange where I'm going to be living next year. My aunt and uncle are letting me rent out a like guest house that they have, and it's very, very sweet of them. I'm going to actually have a living room and a art room, I think, for the first time in a like, I haven't had a living room in a while, and I've never had an art room separate from my bedroom, so I'm ecstatic about that. And I drew a house that I saw on Pinterest that was pretty cool, and I wrote some Michael Cera lyrics. Also, yes, Michael Cera makes music. He has like indie music, and it's actually pretty good. It's very weird. These are some thumbnails for my current class project for my Drawing 2 class. We have to do a surreal, like, space, not like actual space, but you know what I mean, like a surreal area space. and I wanted to play with seeing the space and the reflection of these visors of these two, like, space pilot girls. So you see, like, these UFOs and a giant explosion just tearing shit up. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be in graphite, and it's gonna be an 18 by 24 drawing, so it's gonna be huge, and it's due in, like, 2 weeks, and I'm kind of nervous, but I'll get it done. Some drawings of an OC whose name I can't say because comic spoilers, but if you know, you know, I guess. And then this is like a little doodle drawing, like a diary drawing, god I can't talk. Diary drawing, I guess, I did of me and my girlfriend, because we had a very nice lazy day on Sunday where we just laid around in our underwear and ate candy and played Animal Crossing, and it was very sweet and nice. It was just cute, so I wanted to draw it. And we come to the very underwhelming end. I have left this page blank because I'm still working on thumbnails for class. I'm getting closer and closer to figuring out what the visor is going to look like. My professor really wants me to play with the distortion in the lenses, and I'm having a hard time with that because they're rounded lenses. Don't really know what I'm doing, but I'll get there. This is me playing with lead because I want it to be really, really dark. So we got an 8B pencil, an ebony pencil, and charcoal. So the 8B and the ebony are the same, I've realized, but charcoal is obviously going to be darker because it's not graphite, so it doesn't reflect. And this is the halfway point. I'm going to do another little Cyclops girl drawing, because, you know, an entire school year is a lot of change. I want to draw myself in, like, newer clothes, because I don't really wear that dress anymore. I want to draw myself in newer clothes, and I don't know. I feel like I'll be more motivated to finish if I feel like I'm starting a new sketchbook as opposed to dragging out the rest of this one. And hopefully this one I can finish throughout the summer because I'll have more time finally to draw. And hopefully some more inspiration and motivation because my burnout has been not good. Anyways, this is what I have done. I also want to do, again, a School of Arts portfolio. I'm also working on getting footage for a little, like, end of the semester vlog. Just, I want to document these last few weeks of my freshman year because, you know, living in a dorm and, like, going to a lot of studio classes right now, I feel like it's a very important time in my life, something I'm gonna want to remember. So I've been recording little bits here and there to kind of throw together into a video. Don't really know if it's gonna be interesting to anybody besides me, but it is what it is. So anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble for 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day, stay safe, get vaccinated if you can, don't be stupid, wear your fucking mask still, yada yada yada. Anyways, bye.